Most fishermen feared storms. Ao did not. Not because he was brave, but because he was curious. He believed storms were not chaos, they were compressed information, moments where nature stopped pretending to be polite. Ao lived on the edge of a quiet coastal town, where the sea fed families and took nothing personally. He was known as a disciplined fisherman, calm hands, steady timing, never reckless. But he was also known for something stranger. Every time Ao survived a storm at sea, he did the same thing. He took out a clear glass bottle, held it open toward the air, and sealed it, without a word. No prayer, no ritual, just silence. People laughed. They said he was collecting wind. Children shook the bottles and listened to the faint noises inside. Some bottles hissed softly, others rattled like distant thunder. Ao never corrected them. What he was collecting wasn't air. It was the moment right after danger passed, when the body remembers something the mind cannot explain. Over the years, his small wooden home filled with bottles. They lined shelves, windowsills, even the beams above his bed. Each storm sounded different. Some felt nervous, some felt violent, some felt unfinished. Ao never opened them. "Storms don't exist to scare us," he once told a visiting trader. "They exist to train us. Most people forget the lesson the moment calm returns." One evening, the sea changed its behavior. No waves, no breeze, no birds. The horizon flattened into something unnatural. Experienced fishermen stayed ashore. Ao went out anyway, not out of arrogance, but recognition. This was the kind of silence that came before trouble, not after it. The storm arrived without warning, not loud, not dramatic, just sudden, heavy, and precise. Waves hit like decisions made too late. Ao barely returned alive. That night, Ao bottled the storm. This bottle was different. Even untouched, it vibrated. Days passed. The weather reports promised clear skies. The sea looked harmless again, like it always did after proving a point. Ao's son, Ren, announced he was ready for his first solo fishing trip. Not to be brave, but to feel capable. Ao hesitated. He stood in his house, surrounded by years of storms. His hand hovered near the vibrating bottle. Experience whispered something unfamiliar. Not fear, not certainty, just unease without explanation. Ao stepped back. Logic spoke louder. The sky was clear, the tide was normal, the boy was skilled. Ao said nothing. Ren left at dawn. By evening, the house began to change. One bottle cracked, then another, then all of them shattered at once. Glass exploded, air screamed, not outward, inward. Ao ran to the shore. The sea had reversed its decision. Hours later, Ren returned, shaken, silent, alive. "I don't know why," Ren said, staring at his hands. "But I turned back. Something felt wrong. Nothing happened. I just listened." Ao understood. Storms don't predict disasters. They sharpen perception. They teach the body to recognize patterns before the mind catches up. From that day on, Ao stopped collecting storms. He didn't need them anymore. He taught Ren something else instead: how to pause before decisions, how to respect quiet signals, how to treat intuition not as magic, but as stored experience speaking softly. Years later, Ao's home stood empty of bottles, but the town noticed something strange. Ao never rushed, never reacted late, never ignored hesitation. When others chased clear skies, Ao watched the silence before them. And when asked why he no longer bottled storms, he replied, "I learned what they were trying to teach. The lesson stays, the container breaks." The most dangerous moments in life don't arrive loudly. They arrive after you dismiss a quiet signal. Intuition is not superstition. It is experience that no longer needs words. The people who succeed aren't the ones who react fastest. They're the ones who pause when something feels off, even if everything looks fine. If this story felt familiar, you've ignored a warning before. Subscribe for stories that sharpen judgment, not emotions. And comment, "I pause," if you'll listen the next time silence speaks.